Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks very much for joining us today on our third in our series of marketing workshops. I am really honored today to have a special guest who we'll introduce here in just a moment. Before we do that, I want everyone to get in, get comfortable, check your audio, make sure you can hear us okay. Is it just me or does it look like I'm wearing earrings? Wow, that's nice. Hopefully you can hear us okay. Let us know in the chat if you cannot. We'd love to see, find that chat or question section. We'd love to hear where you're calling in from, where you're listening in from. Are you at work? Are you, working from home? How are things going in your neck of the woods? Looks like Wolfgang's already on the chat. Welcome, Wolfgang. Glad you're here today. And just a common question that everyone asks as we dive into these is, can I watch this later? Can I share this with somebody else? And this is being recorded. We will automatically record these sessions and we'll be placing them on our YouTube channel. We've got a special a playlist just for these workshops. So you can look for marketing workshops. We'll also share a link with you, in the chat so you can look at all the others that you might have missed. Last week was a phenomenal session. We talked a lot. Well, what did we talk about? Boy, it's all blending together. Our first session and second session, and this is now our third session, and I'm completely blanking on what we talked about. I can't believe I've forgotten that. It was awesome, though. There's such good conversations. That's kind of embarrassing, isn't it, Madison? That's okay. Yeah. I'm just looking right here. So, that's right. We did our top 10 downloads on the first week of what the marketing assets were that are most commonly downloaded by people. And then we also did images and photography last week. That's why I don't remember it, because Kelsie was the one who did the workshop. And we talked all about all the different photography and pictures that we've taken, how you can take your own pictures. We did some great tutorials on that. So watch that recording. That will be a great one for you to watch. Mark, welcome from Broomfield, Colorado. He says he's getting ready for snow. Mary's in Canada. Welcome. Glad you're here. Chris, also in Canada. And Mary reminded me that we did photography last week. That's right. Today we're going to talk about builders. Than you, Jeremy. Yeah, I know. They really do. They really do. Today we're going to talk about builders, and I have a very special guest, Madison Staub from Alarm.com. Madison, tell us, what do you have to do with builders? What's your role at Alarm.com, and what the heck do you do over there with builders?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Jeremy. And I've been with Alarm for 6 years now. Just had my 6-year anniversary, which is crazy for me. I can't believe I've been here this long. But
it's gone fast.
Last 6 years, I've had several different roles within the company. I started out on an inside sales capacity. So may have worked with you, some of the dealers on this call at some point. Maybe in Texas or the Carolinas as your inside sales rep. But over the last 3 years, I've been focused on strategic sales and specifically our builder program. So we've taken kind of a multi-prong approach where we've created this great builder program where we're taking it to some of the top national builders in the US, and with the goal of them standardizing on a smart home solution with Alarm.com for every home. And simultaneously also doing kind of that bottom-up approach with our dealer partners who have a lot of existing relationships with builders as well.
That's fantastic. I really have loved working with Madison over the years. Not only is she a tremendous partner to work with, but she's got a strong head on her shoulders. I got to tell you, there's been so many times when we're in a meeting and you're like, hold on, what about this? And I'm like, oh yeah, good job. Good. You've got a better grasp of this than almost anybody I've ever met. And I really appreciate the hard work you do with builders. If it wasn't for you, there's many builders we would not have won. So really appreciate it. And when I say win builders, for the most part, let's be clear, Madison and I are not working with builders. There's a couple exceptions to that, but most of the time we're not working with builders. We're working with you. We're working with our dealers who are working with builders. And in the spirit of true partnership, we love to go into those situations and help you win the builder, help you pitch the builder. In many cases, we can arm you up so that when you go to meet with the builder, we can do that. And that brings me to some of the poll questions I'd like to ask today. The first one is, are you currently working with builders? I just want to know, yes or no. Maybe you've already got some builders you're working with. Maybe you're not, and you're thinking about doing that in the future, and that's why you're here. Maybe you just want to see some good marketing stuff and share some good information. So it's just wanting to understand what our audience is, because if there's some of you out there, which it sounds like, it looks like a high percentage of you are not currently working with builders, this might be a great opportunity for you. In fact, Madison, tell me from your experience, when a dealer starts working with their first builder, what's that like for them? How does that change their business?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's somewhat of an enterprise sale, right? Where you are, kind of overnight, kind of creating all of this business for yourself, where over time, as these homes close, you're going to be able to get in front of all of these buyers and you tell them about security, tell them about your business, and upsell them. So, it's working with builders is a great industry to work with. There's definitely some nuances, with builders being very cost.
It's different.
Let's put it that way. But
yep.
it's a great offering to be able to expand your business outside of what you might normally be doing.
Mm-hmm. And statistically, there's some good closing rates. If you think about the market in general, about 80% of the market doesn't have like a monitored security solution, and 20% does. That's the statistics from the market in general. Yet when you go into the builder side of the market, if you go and work with a builder on stuff, we're seeing close rates generally around 40% as what the industry has been reporting. And we, in some of the programs we've been able to structure together, Madison, with our dealers, we've actually seen close rates as high as 70%. And in some cases, 100% are getting a system, 100% are getting something, and 70% are actually paying for monitored security. So it really flips the paradigm, around and creates this amazing experience for the homeowners. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So, John Kelch says, builder program has been great for us. Thanks for that comment, John. We're really glad to hear it. We do have a lot of resources that are available to our dealers for builders, and that's part of what we want to talk about today. Before we do that, I want to ask a poll and find out, are you already taking advantage of, and choose all that apply here, the Alarm.com free builder service plan? Getting free equipment for the model home. We'll talk about all the different stuff that's available with that. Maybe you're working, with Alarm.com and getting some of their marketing support for your builder opportunity. Or maybe you've worked with the Qualys JCI marketing team and you're taking advantage of some of those things there. So interested to see what stuff you're taking advantage of now. I recognize some of you are not working with builders, so obviously you're not, aware of these things, or maybe not taking advantage of these things yet, but they're all some great things. Jacqueline says, I've got some really bad audio feedback. All right, good to know, Jacqueline. I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit, see if that helps. All right, if anybody else is experiencing some bad audio feedback, let us know so we can see if we can clean that up a bit. I appreciate you speaking up there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll as well. And then I've got one final poll, and I want to understand, what are you most interested in today? And choose all that apply here. Do you want to know about, the free stuff that you can give to builders? Do you want to know more about how to learn how to attract and find new builders? Maybe you're looking to create a great model home experience for potential buyers. Maybe you're already working with some builders, but the model home is, mediocre, and you want to make that better. Maybe you want to talk about how you can meet with the homeowners and increase the take rate of a paid plan. Or maybe you're saying, hey, I haven't worked with builders. I'm most interested in pitching and winning new builder opportunities. Us understanding that will help us really kind of craft today's workshop to fit your needs. The other thing I want to do right now is, and I'm going to go ahead and close that poll up. Thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and share the results of this poll. So you can see here that, 80% of you said you're interested in pitching and winning new builder opportunities. Madison, when it comes to pitching a new builder opportunity, let's say a dealer comes to you and says, hey, I've got a builder that I know about. I need to go pitch them. What do you say to them? What do you do?
Yeah, I think the first thing is truly understanding all of the resources that you have through partnerships like Qualys and Alarm.com, and really what you can extend to this builder to get them to say yes. That not only goes with some of the free services and offerings that we're extending that Jeremy mentioned in those polls, but just really creating a solution that really works within the builder's business and creating a proposal around that. So it's, really leveraging a lot of these resources that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, and a lot of the people that will come to you are basically saying, "Hey, I need help," and that pitch to the builder includes the free stuff, which was number 2 on our poll. 74% of people said that they want to understand the free stuff that we can give to builders. Let's talk about that right now. When we talk about the model home kit or the free kit that we can give to model home, what's included in that?
Yeah, I mean, really the goal of the free model home kit is to allow you to outfit those model homes so that when the buyers are touring them, they're really experiencing the wow factor of all the smart home technology that you can offer. And so with that, we want them to be able to see things like, the front door lock, having a Z-Wave door lock on that front door so that, they can use a code maybe even to enter the home. A thermostat with the alarm.com thermostat, creating a comfortable environment within the home, lighting, cameras as well, our doorbell camera. So there's a whole plethora of equipment that alarm.com offers on the automation and video side to really help you outfit that home to really create that experience.
And you and I, a few years ago, did a whole webinar series about builders, and we did it in 3 parts. The first was how to pitch and win a builder. The second one was create a great model home experience. And the third session was all about how to increase your take rates when you meet with the homeowners. And that middle section about, model homes, we talked about the different equipment you would get. We also talked a lot about turning the model home into a museum. And I love the idea of, and we've all, maybe you haven't been in a builder model home before, but if you have, you kind of know that when you walk in, oftentimes there's somebody in some office somewhere that says, "Hey, how's it going? Let me know if you need anything." Maybe they're meeting with somebody else, maybe they're not. But oftentimes you're left alone to kind of wander through the house and look at things, and you're looking at layouts, and you're looking at appliances, and you're looking at carpet colors, and you're looking at how they decorated the place, and you're making your decisions about whether or not you want to buy those first impressions based on what you're seeing in the model home. And one of the best practices we've taken from many dealers we've worked with is outfitting that model home almost like a museum. Think of it as if you're doing a self-tour through that home, and as you walk into the kitchen, you see a little placard, for example, that says, inside here is a smart, water sensor that will automatically detect water, and there's a water valve installed in the house that will automatically shut off the water if a leak starts. So you'll never have to worry about massive floods. We'll always be able to stop those leaks before they become lakes. And plus, it can save you a little bit of money on your homeowner's insurance. And as you walk through, maybe there's a table and there's a lamp on it. It says, "Hey, try saying, Amazon Echo, turn on the living room lamp." And, they say it and the light turns on. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Like having that kind of home experience as they walk through that museum style experience can make an amazing, not only model home experience, but also is going to dramatically improve your take rates, because you're going to get a lot of people who are going to say things like, "Hey, I really love this. I want that in my home. Can I have that, Amazon Echo, integration? I really love that flood sensor. That's going to save me some money. I'm worried about that. I want that. I want those smoke detectors. I want the sensors on the medicine cabinet that told me when, someone had opened up the cabinet," things like that. Putting as many of those as the builder allows, can really be great. But it's tricky. Not all builders allow it, do they? I'd be curious to hear in your comments if that is something that they're saying I'm still getting lots of feedback. Let me try taking my headphones out. Is that any better? Hopefully that's better.
A little bit.
But I'm curious to know from you, Madison.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So what are some things that you would recommend to create that amazing model home experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely, the decals and the signage and things are a big part of that if a builder will let you. Oftentimes they might be more willing to allow you to put things on the walls around the home if it is co-branded and kind of goes into the kind of experience that the builder is wanting to set. So always kind of think about co-branding and how that might work. And we actually, through our marketing portal, have a few different pieces specifically around model home kits and signage that can be customized to kind of fit that story. In addition to that, it's really about just creating and setting up the sales staff for success as well, so that as they are giving tours, they have scenes and different things that they can run to really help showcase that experience for that new home buyer.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to change to my presentation thing right here. I want to show a couple things and just kind of give you an idea of what we are talking about. That's not what I wanted to show. I want to show screen 3. Here we go. You guys are interested in my email. All right. Tell me if you can see that.
Yep, we can see it.
See that dealer portal? Okay, great. So if you go to downloads, we've got a special section called Builder on our dealer portal. And in here, we've got a great video that you can use to pitch builders. Here's the model home equipment. But, Madison was talking about training the sales staff. We've actually got a model home script and a recommended devices and rules. So, for example, in the model home script, you might give this to the salespeople that work in the model, and here's just 5 simple demos. How to show the weather on the panel, how to do custom names, the door left open notification, and the alarm.com smart thermostat adjustment. How to do access control using the smart lock, how to do live answers starting the video doorbell, and it shows you the stuff that's in green is here's what you should do, and the stuff is in black is what you'd say. So your 7-inch touchscreen panel displays today's weather in the upper right corner. Touch it and say a 4-day forecast, and you touch the weather icon. When you're done, swipe it away. Swipe it away. Go ahead and try it out. Let them try. Pretty cool, huh? I glanced at this after breakfast, help me decide what to wear for the day. And you can go through these easy demos to kind of train them on what to do. And then additionally, we have these recommended devices and rules. And, while alarm.com and Qualsys and our partners do a really good job giving you some great items for free for that model home, that doesn't mean you should limit yourself there. We really recommend that you complete that model home as much as the builder, says. And that means door sensors on every exterior door, window sensors on every window, door sensors on key interior doors and cabinets, maybe children's bedrooms, medicine cabinets, household chemical storage, wine and alcohol storage, pantry, refrigerator, utility room, storage room. Imagine if you are the person walking through the museum and you're seeing these things and little signs associated with each one, and they're talking about how now you'll know if someone gets into the liquor cabinet. Now you'll know if someone opens up the utility room, the garage opener, the light bulb, outlets, things like that. And then we have a second page talking about recommended rules and notifications. Here's things that the sales staff in the model home can and should set up on their phones, on the alarm.com account associated with that model home, to make sure that they can demonstrate all of those features well enough, making sure that they've got the app on their phone, that the account is able to pull up the indoor cameras and the outdoor cameras you might have installed, being able to answer the video doorbell from their phone. Demoing all that as a model home person is really critical, but they don't have a lot of time. Not only do they not have a lot of time to demo because they're busy talking about appliances and layouts and locations and things like that, but they don't have a lot of time to get trained on that stuff. So you've got to keep it as simple as possible. In many cases, you might want to be the one to set all this up yourself, demo it for them, let them use it to manage the model, to keep the model safe and keep the model energy efficient, but then also, have them have that personal experience so they can then share a few key things like the demos we gave as an example to the potential customers today. Madison, anything to add on that?
Yeah, one additional thing, and not so much on the marketing side, but more so on the value side. One thing that we are seeing specifically for model homes that could be an additional selling point to the builder as you're approaching them is model home management. We've seen a lot of builders actually want to utilize our enterprise services to tie all of their models or even spec homes together under a single dashboard. So that, from more of a corporate level, they have a single place that they can use to really make sure, the home is secure at the end of the day. They're being energy efficient, all of these different things that really do impact their business and solve a lot of pain points that they might have around theft and construction power and just access to the homes in general. So we've created a number of additional incentives around that aspect as well. We're calling it community management, where we're extending that service for 3 months at no cost to our dealers as just another way to incentivize builders to standardize on our platform.
Yeah, just imagine as you're pitching the builder, being able to tell them, not only are we going to give you some free equipment, and I've got that up on the screen right now. Here's all the great equipment where you're going to get. We're going to put each of these, set up each of your model homes with this stuff. But on top of that, we're going to give you a mobile app and a desktop application that allows you to manage all of it. Within one glance, you can see, are all my model homes locked up? Is my thermostat running? Is the garage closed? Like all this kind of, there's great information. All the stuff that you guys are used to seeing in the Alarm.com platform, now they can see it from the enterprise level over all their models, all their homes that they're building. It's a really strong offer. Now, Madison, does that only apply to the models, or is that the community homes as well until they're activated?
Yeah, it can include the community homes as well. So if there are specs that are, probably not right now because homes are selling so fast that builders can't even build them fast enough. But whenever the market does slow down and builders have specs that sit vacant for periods of time, it's ideal for those vacant homes to be tied into this dashboard as well.
Yep. My wife and I recently built a home, and one of the things we noticed is that once they got the home all outfitted, there was, literally weeks and weeks that went on where, maybe a drywaller was coming to do some, touch-up work. Someone came in to, fix an oven or a garbage disposal. Someone came in to add another piece of, carpet somewhere, or, do things. There's inspectors that are coming in, things like that. But in many cases, the home was left unlocked, oftentimes garage open, for weeks on end. What would stop a vandal or, a criminal from coming in? And one of the questions you can ask your builders as you're pitching them, and it's a really good question, is how often do you have theft? Tell me about your theft. Oftentimes the theft occurs through those garage doors, through open doors, through maybe it's even just real estate agents or people coming through and looking at the house and then not locking up when they leave, because they're not sure if they're supposed to or not. But those open doors, those open things that create opportunities for thieves to come in and steal appliances, steal, fixtures, all sorts of things. And I know I've talked to several builders that say that sometimes those numbers can be in the millions per year.
Yeah, it is a huge pain point for builders. So being able to solve for that is, just enticing the builder to standardize even more because it's going to impact them in addition to their home buyers.
And it's great to secure those models, but remember, the real reason is that you want to help the community, the people that are in that community, going through and getting all that, all these awesome solutions that you can offer, and then getting it. Now, let's talk a little bit about the free builder plan, because that's something that is, kind of the foundation upon which, many of these accounts are built, right? Right, Madison?
Absolutely. Yeah. So Alarm.com, when we launched our builder program a few years ago, we created an exclusive builder automation service plan with the idea that this would kind of allow our dealers to get their foot in the door, break down a lot of the barriers that we typically had in getting a builder to standardize on a solution across all of their homes. So we created this service plan. It's free for 3 years and provides a key number of automation services. So from a home buyer's perspective, they can control their lights, locks, thermostat, garage door, video doorbell, live view, all from a single app. So it's just creating a really nice, seamless experience that is, all controlled locally through the Qualsys panel as well. So you've got a really nice smart home experience that can be easily added onto with security and video and other components down the road.
And I love the idea of being able to go to a dealer, go to an end user, a customer, and say, look, this is the stuff you get for free. I've already negotiated with your builder the cost of the panel, the cost of your video doorbell, the interior cameras, the smart thermostat, the door lock. That's all that's built into the cost of your home. You did that during the design process. But now let's talk about how you're going to access that. You now have a free app that allows you to live look in. And this is one thing that's been a best practice for many of our dealers. You can live look into your video doorbell anytime you want. If the doorbell rings, you get a notification. It's going to show you. You can answer it right there. If you miss that notification, this system does not record it. It can when you're on the paid plan. This is the free plan. It doesn't come with that. But when you upgrade to the paid plan, not only does it record that event for you so you can review it later, but then you can also create automation rules off of it as well. And there's, automation rules for your lights, locks, thermostats, et cetera. So there's a lot more you can do. There's geo services and, and helping them understand this is what you get for free. You can have it right now as part of your home. And then here's what I can give you as part of the paid plan, really makes a huge impact on the close rate of these homes. Okay. Now, Madison, we've got some questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne wants to know, can we get the alarm.com doorbell instead of a Sky Bell, and will that still work with the free builder plan?
Great question. So yes, the alarm.com doorbell can be part of the model home equipment that we're fulfilling. It can also be added to that builder automation free service plan that we were talking about as well. It will be live view only. However, if you want to tap into all of the analytics and clip functionality, you will be able to add a video add-on, a paid video add-on to that free service. So yes, great question.
Excellent, excellent. So Kyle wants to know, how many homes does a builder need to build each year to be considered for this program?
Another great question. Really us giving away equipment and free service, really we like to reserve this for more of a production type of builder rather than a custom builder that might just do a couple of homes a year. So our general benchmark is about 100 homes annually that a builder would build. That's not set in stone by any means, so that we can have a little bit of flexibility, but that's just a general kind of benchmark to keep in mind.
Yeah, and from a model home perspective, we generally put about one home for every 25 community homes. So if you have, let's say you've got a community that's building 75 homes and they've got 4 models, well, you're going to get 3 sets of model home equipment for those models, and you'll have to come up with a 4th one yourself. Now if you've got a community that's building 100 homes and they only have 3 models, well, you only need to request for 3 models, but you're eligible for 4. So we kind of keep it around the 25. Think of it as 25 homes per community that create opportunity for you and us to sell that smart home solution into. And our hope and belief is that you're going to work with the builder to get that, these smart home technologies put into every single home as a bare minimum package. And D.R. Horton, one of America's largest, one of the U.S.'s largest builders, is a great example of that. They actually, back in November of 2018, I think it was, or maybe it was 2019, announced that every single home was going to be a smart home, and they're including an IQ panel, the alarm.com video doorbell, the smart thermostat, the alarm.com smart thermostat, a door lock on the front door, and a smart light switch on the front porch. And that's included with every single home. And Madison, we've had tremendous results with that program, haven't we?
We have. I mean, our dealers, we've seen great upsell rates to security on average across that program, which D.R. Horton builds about 50,000 homes, 60,000 homes every year. We're seeing about a 55% upsell rate to security on average. That's across the whole country. But there's definitely divisions that are seeing take rates much higher than that. Even we've seen some as close or pretty close to 100% in the 80s and even 90s. So we've seen great success with that, and a lot of builders regionally and locally want to kind of replicate a similar type of program.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they've really helped to lead the market and then set the standard by which everybody else wants to follow. And what happens oftentimes is a builder comes in and says, hey, I know they get this stuff with D.R. Horton. I want to be more competitive, so I want more stuff in my home. I want to do more. So, let us and you together go to that builder and try and help them understand how they can be even more enticing with even more smart home technology in that community. David asked, make a comment. I'm on the marketing portal with Builder Collateral. He's wondering if we can get a PDF of material without having to order through alarm.com. He's got some money in his fund that he uses for outfitting text and things like that. When a customer has a question like this, anything in actuality, we have a special email set up, both alarm.com and our organization, that you can send requests to, and we can work with you on a one-on-one basis. Madison, that's builderprogram@alarm.com, right?
Yes, absolutely. So for more customized types of content and things, definitely email builderprogram@alarm.com. I do want to share really quickly, Jeremy, if you can pass me back the screen sharing. I want to bring up our portal really quickly.
Please do.
Awesome.
While you're doing that, Matt's asking, so freealarm.com monitoring for the entire unsold community along with the models. And that's correct, Matt. So the builder plan basically says that every home being built in that community will get this free plan that Madison described for 36 months. Now, that free plan, again, is live only. So you can lock and unlock your doors, but there's no smart rules associated with it. There's no geofences. There's no, automation. You can live peek in on your cameras or on your video doorbell. But if you miss that, there's no recording, things like that. So think of it as live only for 36 months. And it makes a great opportunity for you during that 36-month period, whether you convert them at the beginning or you convert them towards the end, to continue marketing to them and tell them, hey, you're missing out on some of these great opportunities and great technologies by not upgrading to the paid plan or the pro plan. Let me help you do that. And we can help you with those kind of marketing pieces as well.
Yeah. So wanted to show you all quickly, I think what we were referencing on the marketing portal, there is a builder section on our marketing portal. We've got a builder facing piece of collateral that can be co-branded. We also have an end user facing piece. You can absolutely get these professionally printed if you want. However, you can also download them for free. So definitely take advantage of that. In addition to that, going back to what we were talking about with creating a model home experience center, we also on the portal have these model home signage kits with decals and different things. It lives under this kit section, Smarter Model Home Kit. So you can absolutely purchase this on here or email builderprogram@alarm.com, and I can also send you the digital file for this as well. So lots of different options, and they're a lot of times customizable, but if you need anything a little bit out of the box that is a little bit different, feel free to always email us as well.
And the costs you're seeing on these are if you want them to be professionally printed by the alarm.com team. But like Madison said, if you want to just download and use them, you certainly can do that yourself, anytime at no cost. Santiago's got an interesting comment here. He said, smart devices in the model home are tools for the salesperson to sell the house better. One of our builders, I programmed the name of the sensor, "Welcome to Verona, we are," so that when every time you open the door, the panel said, "Welcome to Verona, we are open." It was very catchy for the salespeople and the future owners. Clever, very clever. Nice work, Santiago. Great best practice there. All right. Matt wants to know, is there an alarm.com builder plan brochure, like a handout to give to a builder? So he's going to go into a builder opportunity and say, hey, I want to, give you this flyer to help you understand what we can do. The free equipment model flyer that I showed earlier on the Quality dealer portals there. There's also a couple other flyers as well that you could certainly leverage on that. I believe alarm.com has showed a couple now that you can leverage there. But, if you don't see what you're looking for, please email builderprogram@alarm.com or builderprogram@quality.com, and we'll be happy to do that. And I'll put that in the chat as well right now. Let's see if there's any other questions here we want to introduce or we want to answer. I don't see any popping up. Madison, anything else that you want to share with our group before we part today?
Yeah, one last thing. Let me share my screen again. So for a lot of the information that we've talked about on today's session, I would definitely recommend anyone who wants to kind of dive into things a little bit more to go to our knowledge base, which is on the partner portal, and search for Builder Program. We have put together a collection of recommended articles and pieces that are all dedicated to the Builder Program. We've got links to other sales and marketing reference material, pre-close services I was talking about with community management and our enterprise, even some different videos that you can download. So this is kind of a great one-stop shop for anything related to the Builder Program. So feel free to check this out.
That's great. I'm also putting in the chat, so I put our email addresses in the chat if you want to connect with us. And I also put in the chat the link to the playlist that I mentioned earlier, the 3-part Builder webinar series. If you thought this information was interesting and you want to dive into it even more, there are literally 3 hours of great content you can watch. The 3-part webinar series on creating a Builder program, creating a compelling model home experience, and increasing take rates with home buyer appointments. And we go into great detail on all 3 of those subjects and make sure that you've got information and help to do it. But again, if you're watching those things or you want to get started or you want support, email us and let us know how we can help you. We'd love to do it. This is just for those who joined late. This webinar, this session was being recorded, so it will be available on our YouTube page later on today on the playlist that I put in the chat earlier. I'll go ahead and repost that again for those who just joined late. This is our marketing workshop playlist, so you can look at that, and all the future marketing workshops will appear there. Next week, we have a great session. Another guest from alarm.com joining us, and we're going to be talking about websites, how to build websites, how to customize websites, how you can leverage tools that we have available to you, or how you can do it on your own. There's a lot of really cool stuff, so it's going to be a great session. So please make sure you join. And if you think that this webinar or this marketing workshop was useful to you, please share it with other people. We do have a short quiz, survey at the very end of the workshop today that I'd like you to fill out as soon as we end. But before I do that, I just want to express my gratitude and appreciation for Madison. Thank you for taking time out of your day today. Your wisdom and your experience is unparalleled, and we really do appreciate, the information you shared with us today. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely, Jeremy. I'm always happy to participate in this. I always have a great time with you.
Yep, same here. Well, thank you, everyone. Appreciate everything you've done. Appreciate you joining us today. Hopefully this was useful for you. If not, leave it in the survey. Leave your comments in the survey. Help us understand what you'd like to see, differently. We're always looking to improve these for you. And thank you again for attending.
Thanks, everyone.